Chinese ship suspected of raiding World War II wrecks gets detained. Man, talk about taking recycling to a whole new level. China claims they were just exploring. They were probably scrounging around for parts. It's not like you can find catalytic converters for ships at a local flea market. What the fuck is up, internet? Welcome to the channel, and welcome to this episode of Crazy Ass News. Crazy Ass News is a series where I scour the internet for crazy, recent, under-the-radar news stories that I don't know anything about. I pick articles based solely on their headlines, and then I read through them while talking shit the whole time. The Chinese dredger suspected of plundering two World War II Royal Navy shipwrecks last year has been detained by Malaysian maritime authorities. Damn! Suspected of plundering two World War II Navy shipwrecks? What? What are these Chinese dudes up to? MV Chung Hun, that sounds racist when I'm saying it, but I'm just trying to pronounce it. I'm sorry. And the entire crew is being held for paperwork violations, including port clearances and having 60 unregistered LPG containers aboard and not illegally scavenging, according to a report in Maritime Executive. Wait, and not illegal scavenging? Dude, like, what are these guys up to? My curiosity is piqued. Are they really just looking for parts? But the larger question being raised by Southeast Asian news media and investigated by local authorities is how a ship like Chuan 68, with its bad reputation that goes back years, even be allowed to return to Malaysian waters. Chuan 68, like, it's got a bad reputation, but are they like, how well can they keep track of these different boats? Like, it's got a bad reputation, but is it on like a watch list? Kuala Lumpur's New Straits Times reported Malaysian investigators are looking into why and by what means Chuan 68 was issued permits to carry out salvage operations on MV Armada in February and a wreck identified as Maritime Fidelity in September last year, both off Johor. Yeah, so they're investigating it, but... So they got permits to do this. I'm confused. They got permits from who? The dredger suspected plundering of two warships for its steel, aluminum, and brass fittings took place in May 2023. Since these materials... So they are just like... They're just scrapping. They got these big ass boats to just go scrap old ships, like... What? Since these materials were produced before nuclear weapons use and testing, they are considered of great value in highly specialized manufacturing. I guess they're at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, who cares? Like, if they're just scrapping it, they're not like getting any... They're World War II boats. It's not like they're getting any intel from these boats. Was anybody else planning on going down there and doing anything with them? During the May 2023 boarding of the Chuan 68, inspectors found rusting artillery shells and other scrap that likely came from the two warships. Shortly after that boarding, Malaysian authorities confiscated two cannons, more ordnance, and other objects in a junkyard that also likely came from the sunken warships. Why were they taking the ammo? Why were they taking the fucking cannons and shit? They were trying to sell that to a museum. They're just trying to make money off the shit. I doubt they can't use it. Rusting artillery shells, it's not like they can use the shit. They were probably going to try to sell it to museums, right? The newspaper account said both notices to mariners that salvage operations were being conducted had been deleted from the country's maritime posting website. These notices are also guides to authorities to what vessels are operating in their territorial waters. Wait, why were they deleted? Is this like a whole thing? Is this like a whole operation? How much is this? So this metal must be worth a shit ton of money. Because it's at the bottom of the ocean? That's crazy. How do you even figure that out? Local police, Malaysia's National Heritage Department and its Maritime Enforcement Agency and Marine Department are also participating in an investigation as to how the permits were granted and their purging from the website. Yeah, so they got help on the inside to pull this off. Somebody somewhere gave them permits, let them do their thing, and then deleted the permits. Interesting. So the plot thickens here. In May last year, before the second salvaging operations began, Malaysian authorities detained Chuan Hong, 68, in the same waters for allegedly crushing and removing the wreckage of the Royal Navy battleship HMS Prince of Wales and battlecruiser HMS Repulse, USNI News reported. What do you mean crushed them? They crushed and removed the wreckage? How the fuck they do that with that boat? I mean, it does have a crane on it, but how the fuck are they pulling up? Are they like pulling up the wreckage? How they crush it? I'm so confused. Both were sunk by Japanese bombers during the invasion of the Malay Peninsula in December 1941, days after an attack on Pearl Harbor. They were sunk by Japanese bombers. So after the attack on Pearl Harbor, we went there and got into some kind of fight. The Allies anyway. And a couple of their ships got sank, so now these people are out there scavenging it. I mean, I don't really see what the big deal is. Really. I mean, it's not like anybody's gonna go get it. USNI news accounts noted the illegal salvage operations in Malaysia showed how vulnerable historic heritage sites are to thieves intent on plundering war graves, the Director General of the Museum of the Royal Navy said in a statement. Heritage sites, bro? Like, if you're just leaving it there, I mean, what claim do you have to it? It's not like, if you want it so bad, you go get it. These people are taking initiative to go and just scrap some old fucking metal. I really don't understand what the beef is. The Royal Navy termed the dredging of the historic wreckage sites disgraceful. 840 crew members lost their lives in the attack carried out by Japanese bombers. 840? Damn. Well, I mean, I guess so. Their remains are probably there still, right? Probably not now. I mean, they probably discarded all over the fucking ocean, the floor of the ocean, but I mean, desecrating it, dude, they were blown up. Like, what the fuck? They're not even there. Interesting. USNI News reported 6 years ago that the UK Ministry of Defence was so concerned over the illegal dredging of wreckage sites, scavenging and looting that it dispatched a task force of survey vessels to the region to investigate the wreck's status. The ministry said that it would also monitor the water by satellite to keep track of activity near the sites. I don't understand why they're so concerned about this shit. Why do they want it to left there so bad? Like, this probably took a shit ton of money and time and effort just to watch these old boats just rusting at the bottom of the ocean. I really don't understand what the big deal is. Southeast Asian news media are reporting this week's Chuan Hong 68 is also suspected of illegal shipwreck salvaging of Dutch warships in Indonesia and the Java Sea, as well as Singapore, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Bro, these guys are... Man, these guys, the grind is real. Dude, the grind is real. These guys are like... I mean, I can't really hate on them. Like, I'm really confused to why these governments care so much. They're willing to just let the shit lay at the bottom of the ocean. But then when somebody comes by to try to make a couple bucks off of it, they get up all in their feelings. I'm kind of blown away by it. Malaysian authorities have not released an update on the case over the course of the intervening 12 months since the suspected scavenging of the 2 Royal Navy ships. The New Stairs Times also reported Chun Hung's 68 has repeatedly returned to the same operating area northeast of the Singapore Strait, often disappearing from the Marine Automatic Identification System for weeks at a time. So they're just getting off the radar, so they can't really keep track of these things. Like, I'm just kind of, I don't understand. Like, who cares? Like, I feel like it's a finders keepers type of situation. Like, if you leave this precious metal at the bottom of the ocean, regardless of how it ended up there, I mean, it was captured by the Japanese. If it was sunk there, then it's Japanese. It's not the UK's property. I mean, I guess you kind of like, it's different when returning soldiers, but like ships and material, like war mechanisms, boats and submarines, like if they're on your, if they attacked you, you shot the shit down, they still have claim to it? I don't know, I'm kind of mind boggled. And these guys aren't fucking around, the same boat. I mean, I like this way more than I like those fucking pirate dudes. I feel like they should just let these guys live, right? Maybe work out a deal with them. They know where to find this wreckage. They know how to get to it. Like, make a deal with them that if they find like rare shit, you'll pay them. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.